This video presentation, I will be demonstrating a Western Electric 1A1 single slot payphone. The 1A1 was the first generation of the single slot payphones, and they are very rare. The 1C and 1D payphones are very common and plentiful. I will discuss some of the details about the 1A and why it's different from the 1C and 1D. This payphone I recently acquired from another collector, and it was born in 1966. It was a new old stock phone. It has never seen a day in the field in service. This thing is unbelievably, fantastically clean and beautiful considering its age. Here is the Bell System logo that is on the front of the telephone. This actually was when they engraved the Bell System into the logo. Here's a later Bell System logo that was on the later generation 1A and some very early 1C payphones. You'll notice it does not say Bell System on it. The top of the phone, the earlier phones had the coins and then the 5, 10, and 25 that was engraved into the faceplate. Later on they changed and went to the one where you had the orange number plate or a stainless steel one, depending on how the telephone was set up. Here's an instruction plate for a coin first phone. They had several different types of these depending on how the telephone was equipped and the operating company that had it. Here's another instruction plate for a 1E3 payphone or a 1E1. And here's the more common one that was on the 1C and 1D series phones. This has a very early handset that's marked Western Electric, made in the USA. It's G3. This handset does not have the blue grommet on it. I was told that the blue grommet was later added, and that indicated it was a hearing aid compatible handset. Here was a later series handset for the 1C, 1D. It says Bell System property, not for sale, Western Electric. This is even much later, prior to divestiture. Simply says Western Electric. By this time, all of the handsets was equipped with the blue grommet. And this is a handset that was made after divestiture. So this will be 1984 and forward. The instruction card on this phone indicates that it was set up for a coin first operation. You would pick up the handset, deposit 10 cents, and then it would give you dial tone. You would dial your destination number. If a party answered, it would collect the coin. If not, it would refund the coin. This is typically what's referred to as a ground start line. These cards were on the phone when I got it. I'm assuming the operating phone company in the area had most of their phones set up to operate like this. With the handset off hook, I would deposit a dime. I now have dial tone. It refunded my coin because I did not complete a call. You must deposit a coin in order to make free calls to the operator. If you need to make a local call, of course, you have to deposit a dime as well for that. Here's the rear of the rotary dial switch hook assembly. There wasn't much change between the 1A and 1C series. The inside with the upper housing removed. This particular chassis board has a Princess type network, 701, 702 type phone. It has a very early first generation totalizer, and this is back before they marked them 1A or 10A depending on the function of the phone. What later become the 20A coin mech this is the first generation, and it's very slightly different than the 20A. Then you have the coin return and the tube. And then what later on become the 1A coin relay. This particular relay has the make contacts, so that could be used inside of a 233 triple slot phone, and I will show the terminals at least for it. This chassis board here, the later generation ones that were convertible from coin first to dial tone first, had a terminal board below that you could make wiring changes. This telephone will only function as a coin first. There's no provision to change it to become a dial tone first. There's also inside here a small Mercury relay, which was only used, that style I should say, was only used in the 1A series phones. The 1A also had a coin transmitter, so the operator would be able to hear the coins deposited as well as the tones that was generated by the oscillator, and then the coin totalizer would send a nickel, dime, a quarter depending on the denomination that was deposited. Here's the picture of the early Mercury relay. This is a 303K. These relays were used in switching systems and not very often found in equipment in the field. Close-up of the coin relay. You have your standard ground and then the lead going to the chassis, which both of these go to the chassis, but that's just the ground terminal. And then two screws here or make contact to short the rotary dial out unless there was a coin actually deposited into the relay. Just a quick overview of the inside of the phone.